Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, traders from across the globe. Welcome to my 2406th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni. Traders, remember the risk out there. It can get really hairy out there, if you know what I mean. Make sure your stops are in. Put them in first and never, ever trade without them. You can be bit by the bear if you do not have stops in. Make sure you put your stops in. So, what is going on for April 27th? You know, that's an infamous day in my career. April 27th, 1987 was the start of a major market move. It was the savings and loans debacle on that day behind me. And we had massive movement. Silver moved up $7, down $7. Stock market crashed. If you remember, it all started on that date, April 27th, 1987. All right, just thought I'd remind you of that because, boy, it changed my life. I don't even want to go there, but that was an exciting moment in my life. Traders, what should happen tomorrow is this. Do not fall in love with the upside. Do not fall in love with the upside. NASDAQ broke below that big gun average I was telling you about in last night's video. Right through, crashed through it. Horrible looking. So I think there's more adjustment coming. I will show you those charts in a moment. Number one on the board, do not fall in love with the upside. Number two, NASDAQ breaks the big on average, indicating further adjustment ahead. Now we have this. The Russell. It all started with the Russell 2000, right? The head and shoulders, the big crack under the average, down into a big bear flag. Then the NASDAQ, everything else started following in suit. Well, being that the Russell started this, we're going to go to Russell for some downside projections, and that's going to happen in this video. So get ready. I'm going to show you some great charts. I'm going to then give you some projections on where the Russell should go, being that it is the leader of this bearish move. So let's see what we're going to get. If you are going to trade tomorrow, you got to sell the rallies. You got to put the stops in really high. What's happening now is the volatility is like this. You can't just get in and say, I'm going to X amount stop. It's got to be a big stop to keep you out of trouble and wait for more downside. But it looks like more downside's coming, especially with the bonds, because as bonds continue to work their life lower, and as you see, the market is going lower in bonds. It makes interest rates go higher, and that will make the stock market continue to adjust. So, we've got a lot of stuff going on, and I will say about Elon Musk once again, you know, I'm watching TV today. Let me say this. Elon Musk, they're on TV going, oh, maybe he's not the right suitor for this. Maybe he's this. Maybe he's that. Maybe I don't think. And I'm looking at these people and going, oh, really? Are you smarter than Mr. Elon Musk? Is that why you think that maybe he's not the right guy for this fit? He's not the right fit? Where do these people on TV get their kahunas? I have to ask you that. To even say something about Elon Musk, he's not capable. He isn't. So people on TV, and I'm watching this on TV today, saying something stupid like this. The reason why Bitcoin is dropping is because Elon Musk bought Twitter. What? This is the shit that they put on television that they want us to listen to. The reason why Bitcoin is dropping is because they're using the same algorithms on it for futures, Bitcoin and Ethereum, that they use on the E-mini S&P and the Russell and the NASDAQ. It's Wall Street using algorithms. It's not because Elon Musk bought Twitter. What is wrong with people? I can't listen to it. It drives me insane. That's the shit I'm hearing on TV. Dear Lord, let's look at a chart every now and then, people, okay? All right. That's for the people on TV that just say nonsense. They piss me off all day. All right, traders. So, again, do not fall in love with the upside. If you get upside rallies, they're not going to work. We are definitely looking at further adjustment down, and let's go look at that Russell and get some downside projections. Remember to say this to yourselves when you're in trades, especially in this crazy volatility. Say this to yourselves over and over again, and when we're done practicing that, we'll go look at some charts. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Rock and roll traders, let's go look at some charts. Traders Chart masterpiece, what we seen in last night's video. Remember I showed you this whole thing, the head and shoulders in the NASDAQ? It breaks down and hits my big gun average and rallies. Thank you, average. Hits the big gun average again and rallies. Hits it a third time and rallies big. Puts in a bear flag. Drops out of the bear flag and hits the average. Now, at the same time, there's a trend line that goes all the way back to 2020 coming across here. So we had the big gun support and a trend line, and I actually tried to do a buy at that trend line today, but it immediately got stopped out and continued even lower. So you can't buy anything. I tried buying the big gun average and the huge trend line. None of that worked. We are in for more adjustment, kids. So now that we're below the average, we're going down. Then you've got the Russell, right? It all started here. The head and shoulders formed first, very symmetrical, dropped into a really huge, smartly built bear flag. Had one little pop out of that bear flag and stayed right in it the whole time. Built a smaller bear flag inside of the larger bear flag. Took that bear flag out, and now we're about to test the bottom of the bigger flag. Wow. Talk about Russell pointing towards downside, huh? So, being that it all started here, let's go look at some projections. Weekly Russell projects down to 1698 and then 1643. If anyone remembers the last time I showed this chart to you, I gave a projection of 1900 using this exact chart. Well, we're there. Time for me to give you others. So here we are. Forget about that. Now we are looking for 1698 and then 1643. I'm sorry, I think I gave us 1800 on that when I first did it. So we are all the way down here. These are our next projections. That is based on what we've seen in the past, which is Russell leading, and I'm going to take its lead until it stops leading. Then there's this, traders. For you bond traders out there, if you've been bullish for the last few days, I don't think you can stay bullish anymore. Look at this killer average. It works really well on bonds, especially since the down move started. Not only did you just run into that average, but you ran into major resistance at the same time in bonds. I say tomorrow you sell bonds and then wait for more downside, which makes rates go up while bonds go down. Traders, get ready. A lot of action out there. Good luck trading. I will see you all at livewithoscar.com.